What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast. And this is the third installment of our franchise series simulation where I have taken over control as the general manager of the New York Yankees. We're trying to build a World Series championship winning team. So as we've gone through the past two episodes, we have started the franchise off in the year 2023. We went through that offseason, re-signed Aaron Judge, as well as a couple of other players. We were able to pick up Brandon Nimmo, as well as Dansby Swanson. We added some players to the depth of the organization. We traded for Casey Mize, picked up Lucas Sims at the trading deadline of the 2023 campaign. We got some definite guys in the minor leagues that offer some versatility. And now we're about to head to the postseason. So as we're going through the postseason here, we will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. So swept them. And now we're heading to face off against the absolutely powerhouse Houston Astros. So these have been the Achilles heel of the New York Yankees over the last several years. The Yankees are one win away from vanquishing their hatred foe. And of course, it's going to go to a Game 7. And the Yankees have done it. They have vanquished the foe, Houston Astros. They're now headed to the World Series against the Atlanta Braves. All right, so the Yankees are one win away and have won the World Series. So there you have it, baseball fans. As the new general manager of the New York Yankees, I have accomplished what few thought could be done. We've won the World Series. We beat the Houston Astros. Gleyber Torres, the World Series MVP. Aaron Judge, the ALCS MVP. Really good postseason for everyone involved, for the New York Yankees, because as the boss said, it is winning and nothing else matters except for breathing, but then winning. So let's take a look, kind of see what we got. Dansby struggled a bit. Judge had a good postseason. Rizzo had 7 home runs. Harrison Bader, Stanton had 5 home runs. Gleyber had a really good postseason. DJ did well. All right. Yeah, our bench didn't really get into the games, which is what you expect. I mean, you're looking at Cole had a rough outing. Oof. And yeah. So now we're going to advance on to the off season, and we're going to so now we're going to head into the off season. Our hitting coach has decided to retire, and we'll have to replace him there. So let's run through some of the retiring players: Zach Greinke, Charlie Morton, Miguel Cabrera, Josh Donaldson, Justin Verlander. Let's see how Verlander did in his final season. 154 innings, 344. Yeah. Let's see, Joey Votto, Mark Melanson, Daniel Bard. Carlos Carrasco, Johnny Cueto, Julius Familia, Marlins retiring, Will Harris, Rich Hill finally at 44, Derek Holland, Mac Joyce. So quite a few names here that are noteworthy. Mitch Moreland, Darren O'Day. So quite a few guys actually. Joe Romo. All right, so we're gonna head through and Wainwright, and now we're gonna have to take a look. Miguel Cabrera, Definitely a Hall of Fame inductee. So we have to hire a new hitting coach. So as I said in the first stream, I tend to go for coaches that have all positives in this particular category. And I'll offer a few different guys the contract. And whichever one signs first is the one that gets the offer. Now, not too many guys on this year's free agent pool, which is honestly a really good thing because it's not a lot of budget. So with these guys like Harrison, Maldonado, Simmons, and Gurriel, we're going to do exactly with them just what we did last season. Hopefully pick them up on the scrap heaps at the end of the season, at the end of the off season, I should say. So Chad Green is looking for a 5-year deal. I'm going to give him more years just so I can lower the AAV, because that's really what's going to affect us and our offers for the bullpen. And we're going to need another starter, just because Frankie Montas is a free agent now. Now, the one thing is that I know that there's going to be the big name in this upcoming offseason class of Shohei Ohtani. So we're going to kind of fast forward, because the reality is that none of these guys, other than Chad Green, is really somebody that I feel like has to be brought back. So we're going to sim through now, being able to get to the off season. All right, so as expected, all our guys are going to free agency, and we're going to have to make an offer. Now, the one thing will be is that going after a guy like Shohei does not leave us any financial room. So we got to move Stanton. But in order to move Stanton, we have to package him with someone else. So what we're going to look to do here, in all honesty, is I'm looking for prospects. So whatever team is going to give me a decent prospect for Stanton is going to be the one that I go with. So I'm going to end up just being the Pirates here, because, here we go, Nationals, an A overall prospect. Because the reality is that there's no trade clause on this game. So we can send him wherever he wants without his consent, something that the Yankees in real life cannot do. All right, so yeah, we're going to go right back to the Nationals. They're giving me an A overall prospect. And the big thing is that it's going to give me a ton more financial capabilities. The reality is that it's still going to cost me a boatload of money to acquire the services of Shohei Ohtani. Now, what I'm going to do is the same thing that I did for Aaron Judge. I'm going to go up and give him a crazy offer and try to secure him as best I can, because of how outrageous the amount of years on the deal are. But as you can see, it doesn't leave us much room to be able to take care of everything else that is needed on the roster. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to see, in terms of these bullpen guys, the rest of this roster, if we can kind of build it out and try to be able to get as much out of them as we can, without kind of giving up too much. So definitely want to try to limit the amount that we're having to pay all these guys, just to be able to kind of make a deal happen for us here. So all right, so all right, so let's try to see what we can kind of do here. Yeah, so this guy doesn't make no sense, because looking for, yeah. All right, whatever. Let's see. Kind of deal we can offer. Try to really get ourselves situated. All right, so we're going to run through, kind of offer all these guys contracts as best we can. We want to definitely try to keep things under the budget as best we can, because the reality is that we don't really have guys that we can trade now to free up any more payroll space. Last season we got rid of Donaldson and Hicks. This year we've gotten rid of Giancarlo Stanton. So at this point, this is the financial roster that we are going to be dealing with. Now, if you guys want me to do this kind of stream for another team, just let me know that down in the comments, or you can find me over on Twitter at banter_baseball, or on Instagram and TikTok by the same name, Baseball Banter Broadcast, as this channel. Let me know if there's another team that you want to see me take hold of as the GM and see if I can turn them into a World Series winning team. So we're going to go through, and we're going to try to see if we can make the Yankees a back-to-back World Series winner, something that hasn't happened since the 99-2000 Yankees. So we're going to take a look and see what we can do here. All right. So we just got to run through these, and then we got to take a look at our arbitration cases. So quite a lot of guys on this arbitration list. I think this is Gleyber's final year on arbitration. The reality is like I said before on a couple of the other streams, if they've played in the majors, they're going to win their arbitration case. So it really doesn't matter what you give them as an offer. If they haven't played in the majors in that season, then they're not going to win. So when it comes to these offers, it's really just kind of giving them something, giving them honestly back the same thing that they had. In some cases, obviously, you can try to bump it up a bit, but it's really not going to matter too much in my opinion. So, all right, let's see. Let's just run through these. And the issue is that, as you can see, we're already well over budget and we haven't finished these arbitration cases, which means more than likely we're going to have to trade someone off this roster that we don't necessarily want to get rid of, just to be able to make the financials work. So we'll have to take a look and see how that all shakes out, because right now the money is definitely not working in our favor. We have pending offers of 85, almost 86 million out with an available budget of 58. The projected surplus is already less than the available budget. So we're looking at some serious deficits right now. And even if we were to remove this, 25 plus million that we're offering to Shohei, it's really not going to bring us within that space. So we're going to have to start exploring some options here. But we'll have to wait and see kind of how things shake out from there. See where we can kind of make some changes to be able to really accelerate this lineup in a much better way. So if we do get Shohei, he fills in at that DH spot, which will be great. If not, we'll have to look at some other options, more than likely via trade, to be able to acquire another starter for that spot. Then the 40-man roster, so let's do that now too. So literally whoever's eligible in that A and B level. Nobody wanted him before, so we're going to leave him off. All right, so looks like Mike Freeman is the only other one, so we'll put him on because we have a few roster spots that we can do. All right, so let's kind of see where we are after a few days. Teoscar re-signed with the Blue Jays. Adley Rutschman, Jacob deGrom re-signed with the Mets. And so we got quite a few guys re-signing on our side. Obviously, most of these are minor moves, minor contracts. Chad Green re-signed, which is good for us. Plugs him right back into the bullpen. So we're still waiting on Shohei. He's got a couple of other offers. Obviously, none as large in the years as our offer. Blake Snell is heading to Texas, 5 years, $115.5 million, and we did get Shohei Ohtani. All right, cool. So, yeah, so we got Shohei. We're obviously having to figure out some moves here financially to be able to support this move. But it helps us in a big way, both in our lineup as well as in the rotation. So, and Casey Mize, yeah. So literally, we are set as a lineup is concerned. And it makes no sense to me why he's not listed in here, but whatever. All right, anyway. So let's continue on this off season. We've already gotten our 40-man Joe Jimenez to the White Sox, 4 years, 34. Reynaldo Lopez, 4 years, 22.4 to the Mets. Yep, we'll sim through there. Christian Javier re-signed with the Astros, 4 years, 67.2. Brian Abreu re-signed, avoiding arbitration, 5 years, 48. Nice deal there. All right, so we're really just looking at our own guys and really just these arbitration cases. So we're going to go ahead now. The Blue Jays acquired Yon Duran for George Springer and Lourdes Gurriel. That's a big move right there. That is quite a crazy deal. CJ Cron to the Orioles. Yeah, we knew about these. All right, so let's see. We can still negotiate an arbitration, but yeah, Mike Maddox picked the contract. Okay. So yeah, it's really just going to be dealing with the arbitration cases at this point. Julio Urias signed 6 years, $175.8 million deal with the Padres. That's a big blow to the Dodgers. All right, so yeah, we've already offered everybody a contract. And I wonder, let's see. Wonder what we could get for DJ. Yeah, not like in any of these. Wonder if we pair him with a prospect. Nothing overly standing out so far. Oscar Gonzalez is a nice one, but doesn't really help us for what we need. Nick Gordon. Now, this would work. I think I might do this Fletcher deal. I do like David Fletcher, his versatility, but also, Andres Munoz. But we really would need, if we're taking DJ off the roster, we would need somebody to fill in at that third base spot, which could be a guy like that, because let me see something. Right now, Matt Chapman has 5 years at 47.5. If I take this down and add to the years, let's see. I go 8 years, 72. That's $9 million. But if I go DJ, what is Munoz making? $2 million. That would still have us underneath. Trying to decide. This is definitely a nice arm to have. Let's see about Fletcher. So he's versatile. It's not hitting for a whole lot. Basically, trying to see. I don't know. Let's see. What other options we have. I'm not overly sold on these moves here. I mean, I could use... I really could just go prospect level and try to sign somebody. Or in reality, bring up one of the young guys we have in the minors, which might end up being a better move. So let's see. Prospect wise, well, yeah, so I mean, we could do something like this, get us some budget space back. So let's see where we are in terms of free agent wise. Devers is another option. Can you imagine that? $4 years at 20. So let's see if we can make that happen. All right, so as we're coming through here, like I said, we got to deal with some arbitration stuff. But if we can If we can sign Devers, Hunter Renfroe 4 years, 38.4 to the Mariners. Chapman signed 38.4 to a 4-year deal to the Cardinals. All right. Julio Urias with the Dodgers. We said that. Gene Segura 3 years with the Phillies again. The Reds picked up Jordan Hicks. All right, so if we can sign Rafael Devers, we'll trade away DJ LeMahieu and his $15 million. But it will be dependent on whether or not we can sign Devers. I mean, we got the top offer in. I don't know how much he's actually going to want this kind of offer. And I don't necessarily want to get rid of DJ just for getting rid of him sake, because don't necessarily have the greatest options to replace him on the roster right now. So yeah, I mean, we'd definitely be able to go bring up a guy like Volpe, something like that, but we'll take a look and see. Any other deals? Nothing too great right now. All right. All right, so let's take a look here. So our offer for Devers is still out there. Oh, we got a couple other guys on here. Ian Happ. I do like Happ. See what kind of deal Happ is looking for, because he would be a really versatile guy to have on the team. Yeah, he's looking for 10. If I were to go, let's say 8. If we go, let's go 10 years, then I can bring this down to 8. All right, so let's see if we can't get this deal. $8 million, 10 years with a player option. 11 gets it done. And we're talking about a 41-year-old. But he's a switch hitter, does well against lefties, decent speed, good fielder, plays multiple positions, and only for an average of not that much different than Devers, I think. I think this was 8 and this was like 7 this season. No, not quite. Man, signing Devers would really be the way to go. Because let's withdraw this offer. As much as I do like Happ, I think that he'd be a great fit on the Yanks. I just think that with Devers on the market, he's younger. I wonder if we go longer. So, player option, star. I go 12 years. I could probably really bring this down a lot, actually. So, let's see. 4 years at 20 is $5 million. If I bring this up, that'll put him to at least 40. I'd have to go 15 years with Devers. And yeah. Let's see what that does. Let's see. Nothing yet. So let's see. We're coming towards the last few days here with the winter meetings getting started. This dates the Rule 5 draft. Jorge Alfaro to the Cubs. Tyler Glasnow to the Angels. Frankie Montas to the Mariners. So Cubs get Alfaro for 3 at 16.2. Let's see. I want to see what the Mariners got. All right, so Tyler Glasnow, 4 years, 70.4. The Mariners, 4 years, 53.6 for Frankie Montas. He pitched well for us, but Shohei Ohtani is going to be much better. And serves two purposes, with being able to trade away Giancarlo for the cap space to be able to go after a guy like Shohei, be able to plug him into both the lineup and the rotation. Just makes all the sense in the world. Ooh, Jordan Montgomery, 5 years, $115 million deal with the Red Sox. He can have 5-year $44 to the White Sox. So Joe Ross to the White Sox, Taijuan Walker to the Twins. Yeah. All right. So Trey Mancini to the Phillies, 1 year, 2.5. It's not a bad deal. Jeremy Laracuente to the Blue Jays, 1 for 4.2. All right, let's hit this Rule 5 draft. Yep, Trent got picked up. Guzman. All right, let's see. No. No, nobody that's really jumping out at me. Madison Bumgarner, that's funny. All right, yeah, so we're going to skip that. Let's take a look, see. Guzman got snatched up. Trent got snatched up by the Reds. And I think that's all we had get picked up in this Rule 5 draft. National signed Miguel Andujar to a 1 year, 1.5. All right. So we still got this offer out for Rafael Devers. Really nobody else on the market that I would really want to add like that. Arcia would be kind of sort of a fallback if I had to. Nice pop there for Atlanta. I just don't know that he would play that many games. I mean, I guess if I punched him in at the third base spot all season, he would get about this. Let's see. All right. Phillies have a trade. Schwarber and Syndergaard for Dansby Swanson. Yeah, I think not. It's right off the bat, between the financials of that deal and then weakening the shortstop spot, I don't think so. I think not. Kyle Hendricks signed to the Blue Jays. Because, I mean, you figure right now, this is Shohei's spot as the DH. We'll be able to set that once we get past the off season. I really do need to bolster this bench a little bit, but the reality is that I do have guys right now in the minors that can kind of get plugged into that spot. So I'm not too worried about that. Plus, we're going to try to see what we can get on some of these scrap heap deals at the end of the off season. So see if we can't get these guys on these $30,000 contract offers, just to see. So we'll see what we get from it and kind of go from there. But let's see if we can get through some more of these days. The Orioles picked up Matthew Boyd on a 1 year, 4.9. Cubs picked up Andrew Sanchez. All right. So let's finish out this week. Josh Hader to the Twins, 5 year, $114.5 million. Kershaw to the White Sox, 23.8. Darno, 1 year, $11.3 million to the Cubs. He signed Devers. Nice. All right. Big move right there. So, Colin McHugh to the Rangers. All right. All right. Cool. So, now we're going to make this move for DJ. Because while we have budget space, we don't have enough for the guys that we have on the roster right now. DJ's making $15 million, and that's more than we can really support right now. So, see what we can do, and we'll be ready-wise. Try to keep the financials down a bit, but try to gain some talent if we can make it happen. Oscar Gonzalez might be a good one. So we'll see. Yeah, we're not making that. Don't want Hicks back. All right, so let's take a look, just see kind of what the offers out there would be. We also want to try to save as much money as we can just to get us closer to what we're dealing with in terms of the arbitration offers. But obviously, we still want to get some sort of value back in return for a guy like DJ LeMahieu. So we don't want to shortchange ourselves too much here. So haven't really been blown away with anything. I do like Brandon Donovan's versatility. Yeah, so I think that we're either going to end up going with, where am I at? Oscar Gonzalez, or what was the other deal? I'm trying to remember. Well, this one here, Hunter Harvey. So let me see. So not much difference in terms of the payroll options that it gives us. But we're dealing with an A overall potential and a C overall potential, or just a B overall potential with one player. All right, let me see. I think, how old is Hunter Harvey? 29, 28, yeah. Let's go with the younger player in Oscar Gonzalez. So that gets us a little closer to the offers. Hopefully we can win some of these arbitration cases and not have the payroll be too astronomical. Trey Turner acquired by the Braves in exchange for Jalen Miller and Jared Saltzer. That's a big move. That's a big deal. Not really for us unless we go to the World Series with them. National signed Jose Alvarado to a 4-year, $32 million deal. All right. Orlando Arcia is no longer interested. Jorge Polanco, 5-year, $42 million to the Cubs. Let's see. Orlando Arcia. Yeah, he's getting real offers right now. Yeah, I figured as much. Got to get through. Jack Flaherty, 4 years, $64 million to the Rockies. That's interesting just because when you deal with the Rockies, that altitude really makes a significant difference. All right, so hoping that we win some more of these. And Yu Darvish to the Dodgers on a 1-year, $12.1 million deal. Ahmed Rosario, 4 years, $42.8 to the Phillies. All right, so now we've gotten through all of these arbitration cases. Let's see where our currently over budget. Yeah, sure. So we really need to free up like $7 million just to be good, which is going to be kind of problematic just because we don't really have guys that we can move readily available like that. Let's see. I mean, Dansby had a good year, but I wonder how far off we would be if we went with Volpe. Oh, if I trade Glaber, how much closer Volpe is to Glaber. So, Glaber, he's got good power against lefties. Glove-wise, they're going to be pretty close. Speed-wise, Volpe's got the edge a little bit. Obviously, hitting-wise, contact hitting-wise, they're pretty close. Obviously, Glaber's got the edge there. Not by much. It's going to be in the power department where it's going to be a somewhat noticeable difference there. Wonder if any of these other guys are going to give me better options. Nico Goodrum could work, although his at-bats against righties would be absolute garbage. Sweeney, Munoz, Peraza. Now, Peraza's interesting. Birdie, yeah. Yeah, no. All right. Let's see what we would get for a guy like Glaber. Just trying to pick up some different ideas here, some different options. But we're coming to the end. So let's see what we can get. I'm more so just trying to figure out if there's a deal to be made. Might be able to check out Willie Castro. Nick Gordon. So I guess we'll double check Willie Castro from the Tigers and Nick Gordon from the Twins. Ty France. I do like Ty France. Let's see. Trying to see if we can find somebody to kind of just plug and play to replace Torres. and see what we can get out of it going that way. Nick Madrigal. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so far, haven't really been blown away by any of these deals, but we're gonna take a look at a couple of guys more closely. So we're gonna start with Willie Castro. Yeah, nothing too spectacular there. They signed Arcia. Yeah, they'd be getting ripped off. They signed IKF. Yeah, it's terrible. All right, let me. All right. So we've gone through all the arbitration stuff. We're going to renew his deal. All right. So all our guys are on the roster. Yeah, we're over budget. I get it. We got to bring in 8 more players to fill out the roster, but we got to make a move to be able to clear some space to make that happen. So looking to see what we can get. All right. Well, clearly we need to go through another day here. Try to see if we can procure the services of Bobby Witt Jr. When is this dude clearly not going to sign a contract anytime soon? All right. Pablo Lopez acquired by the Cardinals for Giovanni Gallegos and Jarvis Corey. Good year for Lopez. So it's a nice move by the Cardinals. So let's see. Bobby Witt still has not signed. All right, so we're running out of time here to try to make some sort of acquisition to kind of bolster our opportunity here. We could go after a guy like Lourdes, put him at second. Yeah, no way we're getting Benya. Renifo. Huh. This would be an interesting case here. So, kind of close to Glaber, except in the power against right-hander. So this would be kind of sort of a platoon situation. So we can make this deal 1-for-1. So let's see what else we can kind of do. Trying to see what's actually out there and available. Ozzie Albies had a bad year last year. It's kind of an ongoing trend with him. Jeff McNeil. I do like McNeil, especially his contact approach. Left-handed batter, versatile positionally. And honestly, I could probably... McNeil's so much older. I'm going to make a move. I'd really like to go younger if possible. But... guess beggars can't really be choosers, can we? Jonathan India. Willie Adames. doesn't make sense because the contract's already too big. Jake Cronenworth. Let's see. I'm not like overly fond of any of these moves. Let's see about Donovan, because I mean obviously power would be completely taken off the table, but contact wise he'd actually be better. But defensively he's worse. That's hard to believe. Let's see, Jalen Miller. Yeah, that's not happening. Witt, not really liking any of these deals like that. So I guess we're gonna have to go Ozzie Albies makes sense, and he's honestly probably the most highly rated player that we actually could acquire. Still save us some money. All right, so let's do that. Let's see what it would take for Albies. And we're gonna start at the bottom. Let's see. How far up the prospect tree we gotta go? Yeah, see. Actually, let's get rid of Licky too. And if we do Phillip Evans, yeah, let's just do that one as well. Another one of these kind of bigger deals. Hold on, let me see. Trevino, yeah, let's add him in there. Because the reality of the situation is that we're trying to save as much money as we can. And we'll add Chase and Shreve. So this gives us back a little bit of money here. Probably the best that we're going to be able to get. Ooh, maybe if I'm Castro instead of even Chase and Shreve. Because Castro's not pitching in my bullpen, not this year. All right, let's do this. Ozzie Albies, Gleyber Torres. So we got some extra money back and made some moves to be able to kind of get some different things situated in terms of financial. So we can see all these guys getting picked up here as we head towards the finish of the off season. All right. So now we're going to head to free agency, and just like last year, we're going to go ahead and offer all these guys $30,000 contracts, to which they're probably all going to sign. All right, so we need 10 players off this list, so we're going to go ahead and offer these guys these 1 year $30,000 contracts. So that's 2. David Robertson makes 3. So we'll fill out the roster and allow ourselves to go into the season with some depth. Yeah, sure, let's go. This will allow us to kind of re-solidify ourselves, maybe be able to make some moves here. Pitching staff is pretty terrible, pitching options. But, same deal. We're going to offer 10 players contracts, $30,000 each. Give ourselves some depth in the organization. And we'll see how our campaign goes to become the first repeat champion since the 99-2000 New York Yankees. So we're going to finish off these offers here, and then I almost feel nostalgic to bring back Dellin Betances, so let's do it. All right. How many deals is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 2 more. Brock Holt is another versatile guy. Jake Marisnick. I don't feel like I have too many outfielders at this point. Mauricio, good fielder. So we're going to do this. We're going to do 1 year, 30,000. Then we're going to change it over to depth. Offer that. And we'll offer Rex Brothers. You know what? I don't think we have that many. Yeah, we have a decent number of catchers. But let's go for another arm in the minor leagues for some depth. All right, cool. So that should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should fill out the roster. So we're going to simulate this day, and we're going to double check. Yep, so they all signed, as we knew they would. Oh, Jose Abreu is in here. Martin. Michael Brantley, that's interesting because he still has some decent hitting ability. Angelton's out here, very good fielding shortstop. Yeah, the field this year is actually a little better than what it was last year. But that's how it goes sometimes. All right, we got 45 players. Just like last year, we got to deal with this 40-man roster. So we're going to come down here. We're going to remove and remove and remove and remove and remove, and yeah, that puts us at 40. All right, cool. So now we're going to, everybody's renewed. Yep, everybody got a contract. So now, yep, we're on to spring training. So we're going to end the stream here. We're going to pick up next week to see if we can make it back-to-back World Series championship victories for the New York Yankees under my tenure as the general manager. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you keep it locked in with us by hitting the subscribe button here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast. If you want to show more support, head over to baseballbanterbroadcast.com. You can use any one of the number of promo codes we have on the site to save on your Christmas shopping needs for the baseball fan in your life. Keep it locked in, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.